welcome to the Focal Point Talk Show on the Union Cast TV. I'm your host, Adedoyin Aisha. Today on the show, we'll be talking about women involvement in Nigerian politics, and I have with me beautiful guests who will be talking about this topic with me. So I'm going to start from my right. I'd like you to introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is George Adijumoke and I'm happy to be here.
Good day, everyone. My name is Tommy Bright, and it's good to be here with you guys discussing this particular topic today.
My name is Esso Kamal, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Hello everyone, my name is Adekoye Grace and I'm so honored to be here.
So as I said earlier, we'll be talking about women involvement in politics in Nigeria. So I would like to start with you, Mr. Bright. So in Nigeria, Nigeria and other West African countries, we notice that there are mostly men involved in politics. Most women are not involved in politics. Why do you think men are involved in politics in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you, madam. I think men are actually trained to be leaders. They are trained to assume responsibilities. So I think that actually from them. I was discussing this with someone on a show some times ago.
Yes.
And the person was like, why? Exactly this question. And I was like, if I am a lady, if I happen to be a lady, and I have a friend who happens to be a guy, the money that will be sent to that lady in school will be more than the money that will be sent to the guy.
Of course.
They will leave the guy to take his own responsibility on his own. And by that, you are training the person to be a leader.
Of course. Yeah.
So ladies don't take the responsibility at a particular time that they're supposed to take it.
Yes.
And I think that is why most of men go outside there to become leaders.
Leaders, yes. Thank you very much for that point. I love the fact that you started with men are trained to be leaders.
Yeah.
It's actually really true, because I feel like in Nigerian society, most men are trained to be leaders than women. Women are not really given that opportunity. So I'd like to ask the same question to you, Mr. Kamal. Why do you think men are involved in politics in Nigeria?
Actually, from my own perspective, I feel like men are more involved in politics because a lot of men are in politics.
A lot of men are in politics.
Yeah, when you see your mates, like people of the caliber doing a particular thing,
Yes.
forget about influence. This is like a positive influence. Like you see your friend running for a particular post, even when you think you don't have the flair to go for this stuff, you can actually try and say, probably, bro, how can you assist me in doing this?
Because you can see your counterpart.
Exactly.
Oh, wow,
Bro,
that's-
so like my friend is into this. Even if I cannot run for a top post, I can actually start from a particular place, and that's how everything gets to start off.
That's a really, really lovely point. I really love what he said. So, coming to what you said many women are not involved in politics. So, Jumoke, please, can you tell me why you think many women are not involved in politics?
I think I'll take my points from him.
Okay.
A lot of females, we don't have role models in politics.
Wow.
Ladies don't see people ahead of them in politics. When a lady is involved in politics, even we as ladies will badmouth them and shame them and be like, okay, she's sleeping with so person to do this.
Yes.
She's doing that. Even the ones that manage to stay for a while, they get to drop out and a lot of things like that. I feel like no role model, and then they are being harassed even by like fellow ladies
By
like us.
themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, they're afraid of bullying and other
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And then bad mouthing.
Yes, okay, I understand what you're saying. Grace, do you have anything to say on the same topic Jumoke just talked about?
Well, according to what she has said, we ladies, we women, we don't have role models, which is actually true. When we look at the politics today, there are few women in politics because most women, they're actually after their family responsibilities, how they take care of their families and all. So them running the politics and family together is going to be so stressful for them.
Of course. Wow, that's actually a really nice point there, Grace. Thank you very much for that point. So, do you think gender has a way of affecting the political system of the country? Do you think if a man is president, the effectiveness of the government will be good, or if a woman is president? Do you think gender has anything to do with it? Let me ask you that question.
Yeah, gender should have a particular aspect, a particular influence on the
You feel like gender has
effectiveness of the roles.
how do you
Okay, let's take a look at it from this angle. On a neutral ground, a
Yes.
girl, every lady would give the responsibility to the guy, like even the normal family settings.
Of course.
This is what your dad is supposed to do, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like as you have said, parental, all this simple stuff, petty stuff to do at home. That's what it. So talking about the effectiveness, so I just feel like the mentality is already there
Yes.
When
The
you feel like
African mentality.
the African mentality, where you feel
Okay.
like this thing can only be done effectively by a
By
guy.
a man, yes.
So that alone is actually depressing. Is actually repressing the value of your
Effectiveness.
potentials.
So, in conclusion, you're trying to say that gender has a role to play.
Yeah, it has a role to
Has a
play.
role to play.
Yeah.
I think I need a woman's opinion here. Do you think gender has a role to play?
Yeah, I feel like gender has a role to play because I personally, I feel if a woman is in position of power, we won't take her serious. We always feel like, oh, she doesn't have the ability to like take some certain roles. She can't make some certain decisions. A lady cannot be running Nigeria now. There are some things that like a lady cannot control me, or a lady cannot do this one.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be bossed around by a lady. So I feel like if a lady is in power, a lot of things will be like she would have to work extra hard like to prove her point. Something that doesn't take a man like 2 seconds to prove. It takes a woman like hours to prove. Like so like gender it's like a major role.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this 2023 election that is coming, there is a woman who is actually contesting to become the president of Nigeria. And she's going to be I think she's the first woman to actually, declare herself as, she's the first woman to declare herself for presidency in Nigeria. So I'm just asking you now as a man, okay, let me ask Bryce this question. As a man, let's say, for instance, your wife decides to run for president, what can you do to support her? What do you think you would do? What part will you play to make sure that she's able to attain what she wants to attain?
Once the thing is quite straight, if my wife actually wants to become the president, then I'm in full support of it. I should give all my best, everything I have to support this particular person, because the honor is coming to my family, not to any other person's family.
Of course.
And I don't have interest in politics. But since she wants to be a president, then I should try all my best, everything in my capability to support her. Go outside, campaign, those sort of stuff for her. You don't have to sit back at home, leaving your wife to go outside and do everything. No. And in the house, if you have children, you have to assume the responsibility of your wife at that moment, because she won't have time for the family. You just have to take responsibility of everything. You take care of your children. You know, when she was available, she will always do it. And when she's not available now, she's not able to do it. Then you should take the role of the mother and the father. So by that, you're helping your wife and you're making everyone know that, okay, you are in support of this person.
Well, that's actually very nice. Mr. Kamal, do you think you would also do the same thing? Would you support your wife if she decides to run for president?
Yeah, of course, because before she can pick up on that fact that she wants to run for a president, that means we had a mutual agreement. So I would definitely
Are you sure there will
support.
not be any intimidation? Because that's the concept many Nigerian men have.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the first man or the first guy
To allow your wife to run
Yes.
for a president. No, I don't care about any extra opinion or external opinions. This is my family, this is my wife, this is what we agreed on. So I would definitely support her 100%.
Okay, the conversation here is getting really interesting, but we have to go on a quick timeout. And when we come back, we'll continue with the show. Welcome back if you're just joining us. It's still the Focal Point Talk Show on the Union Cast channel. So we're going to be talking about religious factors affecting women's involvement in Nigerian politics. Jumoke, do you think religion plays a role in affecting women's involvement in politics in Nigeria?
Thank you very much for that question, Aisha. As a Christian child, I was brought up to be submissive to my husband. Or like my father, any male figure in my life, I'm supposed to be submissive to them. So I feel like religion affects women in politics, because there's no how you be a leader in politics, and there are some cases where you don't have to be submissive. People are to be submissive to whatever it is you have to say, and religious wise is wrong, because I can't be the president and still be at home. I can get advice from my husband, but I can't take orders from my husband, which to some religious leaders it can be offensive, because I feel like, oh, she's going against her husband. This is really wrong. And like religiously, a lot of things like being submissive and taking like bringing your own point or establishing a rule or anything.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. So Jumoke just talked about the Christian aspect now. So I'm going to be directing it to you, Kamal. Considering the fact that you're a Muslim, do you think religious aspects affects women?
Yeah, religion aspect has a very much impact, like very much effect on the politics
Alright.
side for women. So in Islam, I think in Islam, if I'm very correct,
Okay.
women voice is like it is said to be like it is referred to as the naked aspect of them, naked part of them. So it is not proper in Islam for a girl to stand in the midst of people like in the public and give a conversation. So how do you want the president to do that? Is that even possible if a women president or a lady president gets to emerge and wants to stand by the rules of the religion? So it is actually affecting everything.
With the points you both just made now, I can see very well that religion actually plays like a really huge role in like presidency of women or governmental issues concerning women. So now, considering the fact that we are Africans and we have a very, very diverse culture, we have really, really diverse cultures in Africa. Do you think culture to affect women's involvement in politics in Africa? I want to ask that to you, Tony, right?
Okay, before we go to that culture, let me speak a little about the religion aspect.
Okay, can do that.
Jumoke was saying the other time that she was brought up to be submissive to any male figure.
Okay,
But in this Bible that we read as a Christian,
all right.
there was once a judge, a female judge, who happens to have a husband in the Bible, Deborah, and I remember very well. At that particular time, she has seen a role to lead the children of Israel. So why shouldn't women be allowed to take part in politics? I don't understand. And right now, when you're talking about Islam, we have freedom now. Not like in the olden days when we practice things blindly. Now we have freedom. There's freedom to express yourself, to do anything you have to do. And I believe very well, as an analogy, if the wife actually comes to you that I want to be a president, you'll be surprised at what is actually in your mind for you to think that you want to become a president. And that particular person will give you his full support, no matter what comes your way. It's not about the religion. It's about you having the enthusiasm to do what you have to do at that particular moment. So talking about culture, we are not in the group age. We are not in the old age again when ladies cannot speak out, when women voice are not heard. Now they can speak freely. They can do whatever they have to do. In the olden days, you are just bred in the house to be given out to a man somewhere later in the future. But now you are bred to become someone important in your life, someone important in the country. We have countries where female become the president, the like of Brazil and some other countries. In the US, we have female aspirant for presidency. We have vice president as a female. So why shouldn't you take part? The culture shouldn't affect us. We are growing. The world is evolving. So everything's supposed to happen as the world is evolving. As a lady, you have to go out there, express yourself. Let people know, okay, I can do this. Let's give them the opportunity to do it. And definitely.
Okay, so Bryce just explained to us that it was a thing of the past for the culture to be affecting women in terms of participating in governance and everything. And now, because the world is evolving, women can now participate in politics. Chris, do you agree with Bryce, or do you also think that culture is actually limiting women's participation in government?
Well, I also believe that culture shouldn't affect women running for politics.
Okay.
Because like he has rightly said, it's a thing of the past.
Okay.
And when we look at the olden days,
Right.
women are actually believed to at the end of the day they settle their husband down
Of
and everything all their life is in the kitchen to take care of the family and all. But nowadays we women we are actually allowed to speak. And okay, now women are going to school. We have women going to school and they work in good places to help their husband. So I guess a woman running for politics shouldn't be our culture shouldn't affect the woman running for politics.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you very much for your points, Chris. I really like that.
Sorry, Mrs. Presenter, please. I would like to chip in a particular point
All
right
right,
now.
can.
So, talking about the culture and the advancement of our lives, like presently,
Okay.
we all believe in that fact that technology is like the world is really evolving.
Yeah.
Yes.
But are we truly evolving?
Okay.
Are we truly evolving? Like you're
Why do
talking
you think
about
we're not
culture.
truly evolving?
See, I can tell you that if you see probably like a 12-year-old girl,
Yeah.
and you probably direct the question to the person that is it possible for you? Maybe it might like a lot of things are actually affecting this. What I'm about to say though, a lot of things are actually affecting it. Talking about the environmental factors and a lot of, and some other things that are coupled to it. So back to what I was saying before. If you meet probably a random 13-year-old girl and you direct the question that
Okay.
girl, will you become? Is it possible for you? Oh no, let me. I don't know how to frame the question, but like,
I think I should help you out.
yeah,
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people are not advanced. Culture will forever stay with us.
Yes.
The fact that you as a person, right, you feel like, oh, ladies are free to do a lot of things. There are guys like you that are our age that still feel like, no, I want my woman to be submissive. I don't want my woman in place of power because she'll become spoiled, she'll become rude, she won't be submissive. I have friends that they feel like, oh, when my mom was pregnant with me or with my brother, she went to farm, she was agile. So you too, as when you're pregnant, you must go to work.
exactly.
You must do all this. Most
That's
people, they are not. Most people are not evolving. We just grew. We are all just growing, and we just feel like, oh, technology is taking over. Most people's mind are still locked and trapped in like old culture.
The culture is still
It's
inbuilt
still
in them.
ingrained.
A lot of people still follow this tradition. A lot of people are still focused on this religion that says that a woman must be submissive, and they feel like
That's how it
to
should
be.
go.
stay under their man.
Okay.
Because
I have a couple of friends that will tell you he would like to raise his child the same way his
His
parents
father,
have raised him.
yeah.
I won't have to. I won't want to say anything bad to that person. But as the world is evolving, you have to evolve too. Before,
That's actually true.
like the way our grandma behaves is different from the way we are behaving now. Our grandma can actually tell us, "I was bred to marry my husband."
Yes.
That time they were not sent to school.
Yes.
They have a particular age that they will go to their husband house. So even some people, before they are giving birth to, they already have their husband for them.
Yes.
That this person is actually going to this family. But now, do we still practice that kind of a stuff?
Because the world operated differently during their own time compared
And
to how
now
it
you have
operated.
women doing wonderfully well in some area. If you want to, let me give an example now. When you want to hear Okonjo Iweala, what will come to your mind is this woman, not the husband.
Yes.
Because the woman is actually the one who lives the name of the family up better than the husband. So if the husband now think that, okay, I will not let my wife be like this, will the name of the family come up to this particular limelight that we have it now?
I think Bright as a person is focusing on just his scanty few. What we are saying now is, I made a point that we don't have a lot of role models like ahead to work with.
Okay.
You are personalizing it. You as a person, you would let your wife do this, you let your wife do that. But out of 100%, when just 10% are positive
There are
minded,
just few people
who
like
will
you.
vote? Who are the people that will vote? If only you are like, oh yes, I'm in support of a female president, and every other person said, no, it's the male ones we want to.
Exactly.
Even if they will come and still continue to destroy
And
the country.
aside of that,
We'll go
there are
for
some
them.
girls that will tell you they can never go into politics.
Exactly.
Because they don't want to go.
Yeah,
Because they don't believe they can attain that position.
because of the culture,
Still
the
bringing us
cultural
back to
fact
the
that has been
cultural
ingrained.
factor, yes.
It's not about the cultural factor. Some people mindset are fixed that I cannot become this.
No,
No,
that's
we're
That's
still
not-
bringing
that's
it back
not
to the
the point.
cultural factor because you said earlier now, you said some girls will still not want to.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the cultural factor, because African culture supports men being in leadership position than women. So everything we're still saying, I feel like it's still bringing us back to the
Yeah,
cultural factor.
because you even said they don't breed kids for marriage. They do that a lot. They still do it. There are families that still, once they give birth to their child, is getting married.
Especially
though.
among the
Seriously.
wealthy families.
Even
Yes.
all these foreign countries that you talk about, they still do it. A lot of people, a lot of countries still practice child breeding for marriage. A lot of these things, when we look back to it, the reason why female are not in politics generally is because most of us have not moved past this cultural and religious barrier that's over us, which
A
says
fixed
a
mentality.
lady cannot be a car, a
And
lady cannot be a head.
that's where sensitization should come in.
Yes,
Yeah.
so like what we are saying now is that whatever is holding us down as ladies from being in position is this cultural thing, and you're trying to like take us
Yes.
out of that point, which
Mm.
is a major point that we should look
I
at.
understand it very well.
Okay. So I also want to say something. We all know. I'm not sure if you guys are aware with Khadija Kunu's intention for running for presidency. So now we can see she's a Nigerian, she's an African like all of us here, but she's not being affected by the cultural factor. Even with the fact that she knows that Africa is the kind of continent whereby we feel like men should be the ones
Yeah.
in such positions. She's defied. She's not. I don't want to use the word defying, but she still believes that as a woman she can do it too.
Yeah.
So do you think she's opening? Do you think she's opening an avenue for more young women to aspire to become great politicians in Nigeria? Do you think she's opening an avenue for more women to join politics?
Yes,
You know,
of
the other
course.
time I talked about mindset.
Yes.
She has a mindset that okay, I can actually achieve this thing. This is my aim. This is my
Yeah.
aspiration. That I can become a president, not minding the culture or religion. So now, if she actually pursue the career very well, actually want to become this, then if she face it squarely, 100%, because some people will actually back down. It happens when the time pass.
Yes.
We had Okonjo Ezekwesili the other time. She wanted to become president, then later she backed down. If she doesn't back down, I think this will open the eye of many women outside there to become to be like her.
But right,
You have something to say?
yes, please,
Okay.
sorry. She as a person, she's determined, right? Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Do you feel like she'll get like the backing she needs? Politics is a lot of financing. Politics
Yes.
needs a lot. Do you
Of course.
feel like she would get the support she needs?
I think what Jumoke is trying to say here is that in a country like this now, where many people still have the mentality of, oh, a man should be there, do you think she'll be able to succeed?
Exactly.
Do you think?
Because
I don't think she won't be able to succeed. Once you have the determination, you are aspiring this thing,
But
then
does she
nothing
have
should stop
support?
you.
Do you think she will be able to gain a lot of
determination is not
supporters?
enough.
It's not only determination.
She needs a lot.
She needs
She
voters.
needs hands.
Of course.
Actually
she
needs
needs
people
voters.
to vote for her. Yes.
If she keep on pushing, she will actually achieve what she has.
Yeah,
wants
and
to
aside of that, as a politician,
Of
before the move gets triggered,
Okay.
you must have gotten your
Yes.
plans, everything, like
Of
the
course.
targets you are going to follow.
Okay.
And aside of that, again, there are, I think, people like us. Are you going to support a female lady being a president?
Of course.
Yeah.
I will.
So, and I believe there should be a lot of people like us as well. If
Yes.
she makes the proper PR and like,
With proper
you-
PR, you think she
Yeah.
would be
yeah,
able
it
to
is
Sure.
possible.
secure the? Okay, that's very nice.
And aside of that, she's going to help a lot of young ladies that are really
course.
willing to be.
Yeah.
You know, when you
Yes.
see someone doing something,
Yes.
that's like a
You want-
motivation
yeah.
to
So
others.
now, I think one of you raised the point that because men
Are more
that's
involved
why
in.
men. So now you feel like once more women start coming
Yeah,
into
yeah.
politics,
So
they
it's
will
a
serve
lot
as
of-
a role model,
Yeah,
and then
so
we'll start
yes.
to see more women involved. I think
Yeah.
that would be very nice to see more women getting involved in Nigerian politics. Grace, do you agree with what they've been saying, or you have something else to?
Well, according to the point she made earlier, that
Yes.
we women, we don't have role models.
Mm.
And now, since she's actually going into the politics and she's running for the presidency, so I guess you see in few years to come, you see women that will start
Coming out.
coming up to become a president or to
Mhm.
aspire to become a president. So she
Yeah.
is already serving as a role model to people, because even she's showing the courage.
Courage,
Yeah,
yes,
that's courage.
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually encouraging.
Yeah.
Wow,
to
that's
women.
so I want to throw this question to all of you now. So how do you even think we can now support women to even start involving in politics? What do you think we can do as individuals? What do you think the government can do to encourage more women to participate in Nigerian politics? Come on. Do you have anything to say?
From the let me start from the government aspect, like the help the government can actually make to help ladies get more into politics. I feel like if there are more appointments that are being allocated to
Yeah.
ladies, like
More
to women,
ladies.
so that is actually going to help in elevating the amount of girls, like the number of girls that are into, the number of ladies that are into politics. And at the same time, we need sensitization. Like we need to drill out that archaic that anybody can get involved in politics. It is not a gender role. It is not about gender inequality. Anybody can actually play it.
Okay, what about you, Tony Bright? What do you feel?
I think we have ruling parties in the country, and we have minors.
Okay.
The like of PDP, APC.
Yeah, the ruling
if they
party.
open the door
For
more females to come in, then it will open a lot of women's heart, eye, and everything to make them participate more in politics.
Okay.
We don't have more women in this aspect of government.
Yeah.
We just make them ministers, even governors. We don't have the women there. So if they can start from that aspect, like okay, in this state we give them slots to use a female figure to be their governor, then it will open some other people's mind and heart to be that okay, if this particular person can become this, then what is stopping me from becoming this?
But I feel like ladies generally, we need to give ourselves like awareness. A lot of ladies, we just stop at, if we go to school, we just stop at BSc level. Most ladies don't want to pursue like this education.
Yeah.
You can't be the president and just be so we need to like empower our ladies to go to school, to look further, like to get interested in politics. Most ladies don't even vote. We don't have our PVC. So like we need to get them involved in like politics, put their interest into it. Because if people are not interested, there's nobody to be appointed. So we need to like get our ladies to be involved. We should bring their interest into politics first. That's what I feel.
Okay. So what Jumoke is trying to tell us now is we should get more women trained in the aspect of governance and politics, so we'll be able to get well-trained women to lead us in the country. So that's very good. So now I'd like to ask you guys finally, is it a yes or a no for more women to be involved in Nigerian politics? Is it a yes for you, Grace?
Yes.
Yes. Is it a yes for you or a no?
It's a solid yes.
It's a yes. Is it a yes?
It's a yes for me.
Is it a yes?
Yes.
So it's a yes from everybody. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate having you guys on the show today. Thank you guys too for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and share this video. You've been watching Union Cast TV. I'm your host, Adedoyin Aisha.